Hey, it's Kayla. I just wanted to show you a couple plants I picked up. You could say it's a couple. So a couple weeks ago, was it a couple weeks ago? It was a week ago that I went to Telly's greenhouse, and I'll link the video up above and below so that you can check that out. They recently have been getting some shipments in, so I thought I'd go ahead to see them. It's about an hour drive for me, so it wasn't just a hop and a skip. So I can't go back to see all of their shipments that they get in, but I thought I'd go for the first one and see what they got. Unfortunately, I can't afford a lot of what they were selling rare plant wise. You might see a couple glimpses of prices if you watch that video. So I did pick up one quote-unquote wish list plant quite cheaply, actually. I've been eyeing it on eBay, and I guess I'll start with that one since I'm talking about it. But it's one that I was thinking about getting for some time, and then when I saw it there, they had them in 2-inch pots, and so I got 2 of them and I potted them up together. It is Cissus quadrangularis, and I have another Cissus. I have Cissus rhombifolia, and I just very much enjoyed the way this one looked. So I've been kind of eyeing it on eBay, like I said, and when I saw it there, I decided to get it. While I was there too, I was eyeballing, I was kind of wandering around figuring out what else I wanted. I didn't want to just buy 2 little teeny tiny plants having driven an hour away, so I wanted to make it a little worthwhile. I had an experience a winter or 2 ago where I ordered this plant online through an online plant seller that's pretty big. I don't want to say their name because it wasn't the best experience. Granted, it was before the holidays, and I'm sure shipping was delayed at the time, so it was partially my fault for not thinking that ahead of time. But yeah, the plant didn't make it in time for the heat pack to keep it alive, and I struggled to revive the bulb. So I hadn't really thought about it too much since then, but then when I saw this plant at Telly's, I knew I'd have to kind of circle back around and think on it, and so when I circled back around, I decided that's what I was going to get. And that plant is the bat flower plant, if you're familiar with it. This is a Taka Chantirii, and it's got a really cool flower that perhaps one day I will be able to see in person in my own collection. I've seen them at Belle Isle in Detroit in their conservatory. Super cool. Crazy plant, crazy flower. So I got this is $30, so that was more within my price range. And the last plant I got from Telly's greenhouse was, again, 2-inch pots, and so I potted them up together. This is nicknamed tapeworm plant, or centipede plant, I think was another thing I saw it as. It's very funny. It's the agreed upon name is Muhlenbeckia platyclados. It was sold to me as Homolocladium pachycladium or something like that. But I was researching the name, and the Muhlenbeckia name came up, and it's a little easier to say, so I'm okay with it. But it grows in sections, and so that's kind of interesting to me. It does require more moist conditions, so I do have to try and keep up with it, and bright light, so it's going to go somewhere underneath my big grow light, probably. Probably go outside too in the summertime. It'll probably be happier that way. And then I think a couple days later, I was in downtown Ann Arbor, and I decided to go to Downtown Home and Garden there and kind of get a scope of what their little greenhouse has. And sometimes I can find some gems there for a pretty decent price. And so I just like to pop in there when I'm around. And so the first thing that caught my eye was this Episkia. I believe, based on the foliage, this is Pink Panther is the cultivar. I thought the way that the plantlets shot out like UFOs was cute, and also the foliage. They had another one there that I was tempted to get. It had the dark purple like this, but instead of the green, it was more of like this pink metallic. So it's very tempting, but I like the way this looked more with the plantlets. Hey, Juby. Hey. So that Episkia. Yeah, I've just been wanting one. They actually had a couple at Telly's. They were not happy at the moment that I saw them, so I didn't pick one up, but I'm glad I saw one at Downtown Home and Garden. And then I also got this pretty, really cool hortheopsis. I'm not entirely sure of the ID. I'm still trying to figure that out. So if you know, let me know. I just really liked, I'm a fan of pups. And this was in a slightly smaller pot, but the cats, of course, knocked it over. It was partially my fault. I had it in the entryway stand, and they knocked it over, so soil went everywhere. But so I potted it up in this 3-inch terracotta pot, so it's got a little bit of room to grow now, and yeah, super cute. I like them too because they don't necessarily need as much light, and I also like that it seemed to be growing more vertically than sprawling out like much of everything else in this room. And then a couple days ago now, I started at an account in Farmington Hills. So I was really close to this greenhouse called Farmer John's, and I haven't been there in so long. I got a Domino's peace lily from there, I think a year ago or so, give or take. Probably a little more than a year ago. And sold that when we moved because I thought I could find another one, and it's been a little hard to find a Domino peace lily in this area. And so I went there seeing if they would have them, but they didn't. So I kind of just moseyed around and looked around. I was kind of nervous. I wanted to ask them if I could film there, but didn't quite get that vibe at that moment. So I'll try again some other time, and maybe they'll have more of a variety. I mean, they had some good stuff, but nothing too out of the ordinary. So what I did find was this Peperomia orba, which after doing some research just now on it, I found the cultivar's name is Pixie Lime. It's got this almost lightning bolt-like shaped darker green on these lime colored leaves. I'm not sure if you can see it right now. I'll do some close-up shots just to make sure. But, you know, I normally see the all-green variety, or I see the one with the variegation, the white variegation around the outside, like at big box stores, so I never really wanted it. I'm only so good at certain types of peperomias, so I thought I'd give this a try. It looks like it might grow a little bit more cane-like over time, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I seem to have better luck with the cane varieties, the ones that grow more upright. And then I have a Peperomia scandens that I've been doing pretty well with. I'm not very good at the rosette type ones, so we'll see how it goes. And then I have been trying to get my hands on a dark florist Anthurium. I can't remember the scientific name for it, but the Anthuriums you see at Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff and at the grocery stores, but I always see red ones. And so I've seen online that they have this dark one is called Chocolate or maybe Black Beauty, and I've been wanting one of those. But they didn't have them at Farmer John's, but they did have a white one, and then they had this kind of like pinkish, reddish, striped one that it's kind of like reminds me of like a watermelon, and that caught my eye, so I got both of them. I also like that they were kind of on the small side because I think I'd like to watch them grow. But yeah, the white one caught my eye first because I don't see white very often. And then this one, I was like, but when am I gonna really see that again? So, keeping my fingers crossed still for that dark one, but I think for the time being, I won't be tempted by the red ones anymore because I've got these ones at least that are a little different and can still satisfy my desire to have one because I really do enjoy having them. I've had a couple in the past, but I got rid of those in the move because they're not hard to find, so I just had to decide which colors I wanted. And so that's it for the purchases I made over the past week and a half or so now. So hopefully for the rest of the month I'll be a little better. I think I rewarded myself the past couple weeks, working hard on this YouTube, getting going and staying motivated and coming up with ideas and staying organized and still spending time with Drew and the cats. So trying my best, and I guess I rewarded myself enough. So wish me luck that I'm better for the next amount of time, as long as I can. Yeah, so I appreciate you watching, and please like and subscribe. I'm thinking of doing a native plant catalog video because I really do want to start incorporating, somehow get native plants and medicinal plants into the show or the channel, because I don't want to forget those are going to be important aspects to what I want to share with you. So a native plant catalog came in the mail and I love looking through them, and I would really enjoy talking to you. I ordered a book recently it's going to come in the mail hopefully tomorrow, about pollinators and plants and stuff, so sharing that aspect with the native plant catalog on how plants and pollinators work together is really important to me. And then in terms of medicinal plants, I'm kind of planning on having a conversation with Drew about the things that he's worked on over the past 5 or 6 years now in terms of learning herbs and how to make tinctures and things like that. So I would like to share that sometime in the near future. So yeah, feel free to comment down below if there's something you'd like to see. Yeah, I appreciate you watching, and yeah, I can't wait till next time. Have a good one.